Welcome to The Neighborhood, a show where a mother and her daughter talk about business, community, and everything in between. Now hop aboard the trolley and let's go.
Hey everyone, welcome to The Neighborhood.
Never know what to do.
I know, it's Gina.
It's Taylor.
She at least says her name. I love
I
that.
do. I used to refuse. I don't know why.
I know. Well, has there been anything exciting this past week? I feel like this week I've just been tired. Have you felt like you're in a funk?
Very tired. Oh, I know where you're going with this. But I have felt very tired.
My whole setup.
I know it. So it's like, do I act?
Oh, I mean, you did come in saying you were feeling really tired.
I know. You shouldn't have told me what you're going to do.
Well,
I do feel very tired. Very tired. I woke up many times last night during my attempt to do schoolwork, drooling. And I'm not a drooler. I am not a drooler.
I mean, part of it is you are working a full-time job. Then you volunteered for a huge event last week.
That wiped me out. Yeah, it was on Sunday.
Today's only Wednesday. Yeah. And then you are also taking classes and studying at night and being a mom. So
I know I kept waking up and my paper would have jumbled words and I'd be like drooling on my knee. And I'm like, oh my God, Taylor, this is not pretty.
I was doing a newsletter at 11 o'clock last night, trying, and my neck kept hurting. And I was like, all right, I just need to go to bed.
But your saliva stayed in your mouth.
My saliva did stay in my mouth. And then I just went to bed and I, again, had my laptop thinking, okay, now that I moved positions, I'm awake again so I can finish the newsletter. And then there's one piece of content for the newsletter that I still am waiting on, the guy that's teaching a class. And I'm like, I need your info. I need your info. I keep sending him and I thought, I'll just put something generic in here and then later we'll update it. But at 11 o'clock, my brain was doing the same thing. I'm just like, it's not making sense, whatever I'm typing. So I think we're just feeling, out of sorts. And for all of you who feel like, this year just hasn't been what I thought it was going to be. And I really thought my zodiac sign said, this is going to be my
for the
stellar
Scorpio. What are you?
Year,
Leo.
And although, see, I'm on the cusp. I'm the last date.
You're on the cusp of Boomer and Gen X.
Zodiac.
And the cusp of Zodiac.
Yeah.
I only know signs for people, for you and for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know. I don't even know what dad is.
And I only know August because I have friends who, a lot of people born in August, and they love to be like, oh, I'm a Leo.
I'm a Leo. I'm feeling good. Well, some of you may have already heard this, but the zodiac signs, I mean, what is funny
I love this kind of debunking.
I know, I do too, because I love when people are like, oh, we've had people come in here saying, I want an office, but I can't make the decision yet. Because Mercury was in retrograde.
Which has nothing to do with zodiac signs. But they have some things like, based on my star things, I can't do this yet, or and we're like, I just don't know the validity of that. And we're totally cynical in this area, by the way. Like, just a quick preface, like, there may be some people offended by this, but we're extremely cynical about
I am as
signs.
into the zodiac fortunes,
she is
whatever,
into sports,
as I am into,
and she thinks hockey has quarters. I'll just leave it at that.
And they score touchdowns in basketball. But I'm about as much into zodiac signs, the validity, as I am fortune cookies.
Okay.
Like, you know how when you open one and it says something good that you like, suddenly it's like, I am framing this because this is true. And then if it's something just random, you're like, it's trash.
Yeah.
Same with zodiacs. I like the things when it says you're this because you're a Leo and you're going to take charge, you're going to do this. And then
she's like, I will take that.
Yeah, I will take that one. And then I should read the one about Cancer and Scorpio, and everybody else just take the pieces that I really like.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that applies to me.
That applies to me.
Yeah. Well, you might as well, because they say for the last 2,000 years, it's been wrong.
Because because the earth is on a wobble, it's not like it spins perfectly level.
Right.
So it's a little tilted. So there's this like top at the end of its spinning cycle wobble. And I'll explain the science.
Yes, you tell the science.
And so what that means is every 72 years, there's a 1 degree shift in the star charts that we over centuries, like astrologically, have laid out. Like ancient Greek astrologers who accurately mapped out
they
stars
did.
And
they used
very
the
accurate.
Yeah.
But that
period
shifted
of time.
1 degree every 72 years. And so what we have held tight to for millennia is actually wrong.
It's wrong.
And I love that.
I know. It is funny. I actually find it very humorous to go,
Yes.
oh, all this time you could have made the decision.
Yeah.
You could have taken charge of your life. You could have
You're
done
not
all
a
these things.
Scorpio.
You're a Cancer.
You're a mine said I was a Libra, I think.
And I didn't.
But I don't know what it means because it says like put in your birthday and find out what you actually are. But I didn't put in a year. It didn't give me a chance to put in a year. So is it like last year I was a Libra?
So it was 1,900.
Where am I at in the 72 years?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
But it is. So if you have been feeling a little off, that's why.
Yeah, the zodiac is in retrograde.
The
entire zodiac
is in retrograde. And so it's been debunked, people.
Something that also needs to be said. It's really important. We didn't plan this hat.
You know what? We didn't even make that statement right up front. I walked in today and I saw you wearing a hat.
And I was like, hello.
Hat day.
Hello.
Hat day. And once you're committed, once you leave the house in a hat, it's not like one of us could go, all right, I'm taking mine off.
Most of the time, the reason you wear a hat
is
because you didn't have time.
No.
Like my hair I slept weird and the top was all weird. And then when I got it wet, it didn't look good. And I was like, I got to wear a hat.
Dad has been gone for 3 days at a retreat, which is a retreat that only men would plan because it was up at Pingree Camp.
Okay, Pingree Park up the Pooter Canyon.
Which is like Fort Collins and then
you go to Fort Collins and you go west up the Pooter Canyon towards Estes.
And it's 20 miles of dirt road. He said like 4-wheel drive road.
Yeah.
So we had to swap cars this week. So this was the big thing was I've driven his Tesla.
First time driving it alone.
Yes. I've never driven it alone. I've never taken his car going, I'll take your car.
Not because she doesn't want to. Kind of, but he wouldn't let you.
No, I just never wanted to learn. And then he goes, there's nothing to learn. I go, there is, because you get in the car and you're like, to put it in drive is different. You have to.
Since when do you not like to learn?
I do, but when I'm having to go drive somewhere and having somebody else's car.
You are not a Leo.
I'm not a.
And I knew it.
That's how I knew. I was like, you know what, my zodiac sign said today. I was just really timid about driving something new and having to learn. But then if you take your foot off the gas, it breaks.
Oh,
yeah, it's weird. And then my question is,
there's no gas brake.
There is a brake pedal. Why?
So
because when you take your foot off the gas, you are
like
the same
in that way
as braking. My question is, when I take my foot off the gas, is the brake light going on? Because if it's not, does the car behind me know that I'm slowing down? Maybe it's going on when you just take your foot off the gas, the brake light goes on. I don't know.
All the technology they put in there, I'm sure they figured that out.
And I'll tell you my biggest frustration with the Tesla. There's some things I love.
Okay.
But I've learned you can't open the doors with one hand.
Because of the weird, I've done it, but it's not fun.
Weird? You kind of have to push in. And then I have to pull out.
Those handles are the worst. Why can't we touch them and they pop out?
Well, did you know there's actually lawsuits right now, Tesla, that people, when they get in a crash and all the electricity goes out in the car, you can't open the doors. So people have died because they cannot open the door.
How is that not run when they do quality assurance?
I don't know. But they're saying that a lot of cars now have copied Teslas. It's all aerodynamic.
Like
yeah. And now they're looking at, they might have to change the door handles.
I don't understand though. You should, if you're gonna have it be all smooth in there, either have it touch where it comes out, but again, electric, so that would not work if you were in a car crash.
Yeah.
Or touch one side and it stays out.
You know how it's smooth? Make a hole so my finger still could get in and pull it out. I don't know, but they say that that is a problem. I found that to be a problem this week. Just all the junk that I walk out to the car carrying, and then I'm like, I can't open the door like with one finger or something. Like I like to. And then I really like the fact that when you turn on your blinker in the Tesla and you're going to switch lanes, you just click up and it turns on the blinker, or click down, turns on the blinker. But then you don't have to turn it off.
It
like
knows.
when you switch a lane, it automatically shuts the blinker off. I was like, that's brilliant. Yeah. Love that. Mm-hmm. And I do love that I set my phone in there and it's charging it. So that there are some things I liked about it. But I'm telling you, a man designed a Tesla because you go to open the little mirror, your vanity mirror.
This big.
It's like this big.
A man did design a Tesla.
Yeah, I know.
And
so one that we
bad man at that.
Yeah. So I have had an experience, and Dad took my car, but I also know a man designed his retreat.
And he got in the car and he was like, Tesla, go.
Yeah.
Take me.
Well, that's another thing. He has his phone. He has an app.
Like, oh.
Yeah. He's like in my car going, I have to push a button to start.
He's been letting go of the brake. It's not stopping.
Yeah.
Or the gas. Dang it. I messed up that joke.
We got it though.
Yeah,
that was a good one. I'm curious because he got up there and it was super cold up there, and they did a retreat at a campsite,
It's not a campsite. There's little cabins.
Well, they're cabins.
But it's cabins. Like there's a large.
He said there's no heat or air conditioning in them. They're cabins.
No, I lived there for a month in the summer during college.
I said if I worked for his company, I would have turned in my resignation. I would not go to a retreat and sleep in a cabin where it's 30 degrees at night and you're sleeping on a bunk. Nope, I'm out.
I wish you could zoom in.
Because no, I'm out. And I said, and then for their fun yesterday, they all went on hikes. And I was like, oh,
beautiful up there.
Beautiful.
You like hiking?
Love it. Not for work.
Oh my gosh. No, you're doing that and getting paid.
I don't know. I
You're
just
basically a hiking influencer.
Retreat.
No,
he said no,
and that is sexist. Like, no. It's outdoors oriented person retreat.
Okay, it's anti-diva
because I would it's an anti-diva retreat, and there are men who are divas. True. I would love that retreat. I love sleeping super cold. I love like having to wear a beanie when I sleep. And it's so cold. And I love hiking. Horrifying. And up there, I spent a summer up there. It was beautiful. There's literally like these gorgeous little lakes everywhere, and these hikes.
You were doing a project where you were doing like conservation stuff up there, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. So I was a conservation biology major, and we were learning about all the different facets of conservation biology. So mammalogy, entomology, fire management, landscape management, all the things. So we basically walked around all day for like 5 weeks, just like
Dad
learning
thought you
the
were
different.
Only up there for a week, and I go, she was up there all summer.
No, because that was the summer I was gone.
Africa, Peru, and then Pingree. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, that's been my week of driving a Tesla, which another thing, not enough cup holders in a Tesla.
No.
I mean, not that I need a ton, but
I just an Aquarius definitely just in that car.
An Aquarius.
They don't need as much water as a Scorpio.
Thought they were. Yeah. And they really should have been a Pisces or something water related, and they would have, and
here's the credibility, okay? We got this information and read about the wobble and read about the changing 1 degree every 72 years
in
from the New York Times.
So,
okay,
valid.
Okay,
so you know it's good.
Look it up.
Look it up, which is a statement I say all the time to Dad. I tell him something, and he'll say, "That is not true." I go, "Look it up," or I will say something, and he'll say, "Who said that?" And I'll say, "Didn't you just hear me? I said that."
Oh my God.
He is going to go crazy soon.
He is.
But another thing that was in the news, soon was, Nike. It's been in the news. They're changing their whole.
They're actually changing it. There will no longer be.
It could just be this is a campaign for the Gen Zers, the Gen Z who is anxiety ridden, and they don't like
this though.
Yeah,
maybe the reasoning behind it is interesting.
It's just kind of interesting because just do it is like you're telling people just do it. All their
which the boomers love because they were like, that's what we tell our children.
You don't need you don't need a reason.
Why do I have to do this? Just do it.
Do it.
Because I said so.
That's what they should change it to.
Yeah, because I said so.
Just do it. It should just because I said so.
Like that is definitely an older mantra of like, just do it.
Yeah.
I get that they're a little more motivational than like,
I mean, they were always motivational. All their ads were always very motivating. And now it's
Gen Zers.
Why just do it?
Why do it?
Why do it? Yeah, it's why do it? Because they want to know. They're saying, I don't know that I can do that. I don't want to go outside and play.
Is that real?
Yeah.
The Gen Zers are actually like, why would I go outside
Why would I go outside and do a sport if I'm going to fail? Like, I don't want to go do it and then fail. And Nike's saying, why just do it? Here's why. And they're going to explain
why do it.
That somebody else thought they would fail.
But I like that because now, gosh, the ad team is probably losing their minds with
because now they get to do.
There's so much content behind that. Yeah. Why do it? Great. Now we take every athlete who's a star right now and we
hear their
why.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so easy.
I mean, that is easy content, but that is kind of a funny thing. And then the last thing in the news today, as we're recording this, is Facebook's big conference where they release all of their. We had Apple's big one last week.
It's where all the like nerdy white men come out in their New Balance sneakers, not the kind that are in style hoodies. And they bop around to like some Jay-Z song who's performing and you're like, this doesn't work.
No. But then they make a TikTok video of it and they post it of them at the Facebook conference. And Facebook is supposedly revealing today, I think it's kind of funny because they're calling it the iPhone. They're not really going to call it this, but because it gets sued. But EYE
but
phone.
They can even use that like term.
I know
for this.
They're saying EYE phone. It's going because Zuckerberg believes we are going to no longer be carrying a device, a summoning device, as I call it.
He's the Antichrist.
I believe he is. No, I think
I'm like,
there's
of all the guys,
there's some other people that it should be, but we won't get into that. But
it's implied.
he's trying to say that it's going to be something we wear and not something we carry. That you're going to talk through these Ray-Ban glasses. You're going to see now, right? Because I have them, and right now when you
he's
put
a
them
classic
on,
first adapter.
I am. I have the Google Glass right when they
and
came
none
out.
of them work correctly because it's always the first edition. You should learn.
I know.
Don't get the first one.
I don't buy them.
Dad buys them because you want them.
Because I want them.
Because you're like, get me that. And he's like, okay, Tesla, go.
Get me that. Yes. So right now, when you put them on, you can hear through the bones. It's like the cochlear.
Oh, yeah, how they have the headphones that don't go into your ears, but they touch your bones.
They touch your bones, and you hear it. Like,
it sounds funny. Touch your bones.
It is. It's the weirdest thing to put these glasses on.
But that's all sound is. It's bouncing off the bones in your ear.
But it's weird because it sounds like it's coming inside your ear.
An audiologist is like, that is not all that is. But basically.
Yeah, I know. We're offending everybody today.
I know.
All the Zodiac lovers and now all the audiologists, because there's so many of you that listen to this podcast. And
we're offending ourselves.
But you put them on and you could hear things. You could use them for translation. So I've used that here. And now they're saying they're putting on a little screen on the lens so that you could ask for directions and then you can see the navigation. So like
it's
Google
like Spy
Glass.
Kids where Junie would be like, boop, and this little thing would pop down and it would tell you.
Which is what Google Glass had, this little square, which was weird because it was right here near your eye, but it looked like it was way out here. So you were looking out here and you would see it, but it was really on the glasses. So I think that's what they're going with on the new Facebook, whatever I don't even know what they're calling it.
It's a Ray-Ban collab on the glasses.
On the glasses. So
Meta glasses.
I think that is what because it's not the Meta, which we also have had for years and years, the Meta headset, which no one would ever walk around with any of those. And the Apple came out with theirs. Everyone was so excited thinking, oh, it's sleek. It looks like a ski goggle. Okay, well, who's going to walk around with that on?
People thought you would walk around with that on?
Yes, because Apples you put on and they were small, round, little, look like ski goggles, but you could see through them so you could walk outside. I was like, who wants to look like a moron walking around with a thing on their face?
Period. Nobody wants to look like a moron. Doesn't stop people.
So Facebook
we are really going for it today.
Came out with the Ray-Ban partnership because at least they look like glasses.
At least they have the name of them. I don't
the
really
only
love
thing
an aviator.
Is right now when you have them on and you take pictures or videos, because you could just push a button and it takes a picture.
Creepy.
You can see a little light that's on. So the person that you're talking to knows, but now they say the new ones, no more light.
That's creepy.
But
so you can just be somebody can just be as if like there's not a million people walking around doing this. Click, click, click.
That's true too.
I do pictures like that all the time.
Wait, you put it up to your face?
Well, you open the camera.
Yeah.
And then you just have your finger here and you pretend you're on the phone.
Oh, wow. I've never been that. I've done the thing where I've pretended I'm just looking on my phone like this, but I'm really.
But you're holding it perfectly at them.
And up like this.
Yeah. She's like.
What? Well, you know how old people use the one finger to scroll like this? So
I do know how they do that.
I do look like that. So anyway, look for that update. So next week, maybe I'll have a new pair of Facebook Ray-Bans.
Maybe you will.
We'll see. But yeah.
As long as you get the message to your lackey.
My lackey?
Dad. Get me this.
Get me this.
Get me these new glasses.
Yes. Summon me a pair.
When your bell.
When I ring the bell. Yeah.
And when he's done with the palm.
No, here's Dad's thing. He just loves buying every new gadget imaginable.
He also loves.
He probably has a robot ordered because he keeps talking about, soon they're going to have the full size that Tesla's working on, these full size robots, which I don't believe they are, but supposedly they have these robots and they've shown them, but we'll see. But I have a feeling Dad has already ordered one
for sure
because he orders.
He applied to go to the moon. That he
did,
and
he made
got
the first
to like the second round. Yeah,
he made the second round. They were looking for average people to go to the moon, and he wanted to go so bad. He would go to Mars if he could.
Yeah, he would. He'd literally be like, "I'll never see you again." But if I want to move to Fort Collins, he's like, "How dare you?
How dare you? That is an hour and a half away." Yeah, he would go to Mars. He would go to Mars, and yeah, he would, guaranteed. His only thing that kept him back, not his age, not his health, because he's in excellent health
Mhm.
and he looks amazing. It's because he didn't have a social media following.
No,
Yeah.
I forgot about
And
that.
you know what? I was on him about that for years.
What would that man post?
He should post.
What would that man post?
He could be one of those people who post pictures of his dogs every day.
And they'd be like, sir, you have no following. Still, you just have a weird amount of pictures of these little tiny dogs.
For those of
you
you who
can't
are
possibly own that many.
I did meet our new neighbors yesterday with all 4 dogs out in the middle of the yard. I was like,
do they live close to you?
Yeah, they bought the house 2 houses.
So they have one buffer.
One buffer. They
Okay.
will never hear us, but they have 2 little dogs that are really cute. But I said, yeah, we're the ones with the 4 crazy Chiweenies.
Yeah.
And
you heard that right.
Yeah.
4 Chiweenies.
There's actually only 2 Chiweenies, 2 miniature dachshunds.
It's not as fun to say that.
No, it's not. So you just got 4 Chiweenies.
You call them the Chi-Chis.
But I forget why I was telling you that about Dad posting pictures of dogs.
Because we said he'd go to the moon because he's going to buy these because you said he's an early adapter too.
He is. He loves it. So,
I know what I was the robot.
I started to say, for all of you out there who are young enough to still build your network, build your network before you need it. Because you know what? When you go to sign up to go to Mars or the moon and they tell you need your social media, it's too late. It's too late. You can't suddenly get thousands of followers. You need to build your network, not just you're trying to build followers, but have a network. We were talking about this yesterday when you're looking for a job. Older people out there switching careers and writing books, and you need to build a network of you've had time to build a network, whether it's jobs you had or whether it's
if you're intentional about showing up and talking to people too.
Yes.
You could be in a career for 30 years and never to speak to anyone except your desk mate.
Well, there's that. He goes, why would I need to be
so
on
many people?
He knows everybody, but he goes, why do I need to connect with them on social media? I don't need that. But when you get out of school, where do you go when you first get out of school to start building your network?
My mom.
I mean, I did help you network, but I mean, where do students? You start with, I guess, your student body.
Yeah, I mean,
teachers.
You mean out of school?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, as someone who didn't do that and as someone who doesn't know school age people, to be like, what are you doing?
That is weird.
But my guess is it's like if you're in the school of architecture, the school of mine was the Warner School of Natural Resources. And so it's like you go to those because there's professors you had that in your last year you're supposed to be making these connections with and going to these lectures and going to these things.
You notice how she said supposed to be?
I'm doing it around 2, okay?
Yeah, you are.
And I have met with my advisor 3 times already. And I told her, you know how many times I met with my advisor the first time I went to college? 0. Don't even know their name. But I know her.
Yeah. I do think what's interesting, connect with your circle. So whether you just got out of school or whether I don't know, I'm trying to think, if you didn't go to college, then you would start with jobs. Who have I worked with? Let me connect with them. Then you say, who are the experts out there in my field of interest
that you want to go
that I want to learn
show
from?
up at those events. Chamber events are good.
But I'm saying, let's say you were interested in climbing. Okay. You go connect with Alex Honnold. Okay. You follow him.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? It's like you start following,
connect.
But I mean, follow their content, learn from them, comment on their stuff. Yeah.
But it's not like they're going to dig through and be like, he doesn't follow you. You've never spoken. He can't be a reference, but
not a reference, but you can
his
learn
content
from that person. You can,
but that's not building your network.
It is. I feel like that's kind of how I built a network.
Celebrity climber.
I connected with people early on when Twitter was just
But you need to redefine your connection definition.
Well, I met people. I found people online.
Met them.
I found people first, and then I would reach out to them and say, I'm super interested in the work you're doing. And then, they lived in other countries or other states, and I connected with them. And then I would comment on things. I would share their content. They started sharing my content.
But Alex Honnold's not going to share your content.
How do you know?
Trust me.
If you started talking to, he's probably not one that posts on
anyone
social.
Who's a celebrity, that's creepy. That they have a million people reaching out.
But you don't just.
I reached out to a woman who wrote a sustainability in the event industry course that I took.
Yeah.
She's not even a celebrity. I think she thinks she is.
Well, either she thinks she is, or she's not on social as much.
She is on LinkedIn
all the time,
posting constantly. And I reached out to her and I said, I'd love to connect. I wrote her this message. I'm like, I took your class. It was really fascinating. I really appreciate the work you're doing. I'd love to meet you. I think she lives in Denver. Crickets.
Okay, well then there's one of 2 things. Either She does not log into LinkedIn to look at her connections as often as we think they should. Or the second one, she's an idiot.
I just don't think
she's mean, I think she's rude, and she thinks she's a big deal.
But here's the thing. I think, in my opinion, the way you need to connect is like you said, follow, connect, do all things. But I also think in person, you need people to meet you.
Yeah.
You need people to like get to know what you're doing, what you want to do. You need to get to know what they're doing, who they know. And then you just then you do this,
because
which I really want to talk about.
Yes. Well, because I do think it's kind of the same thing of when you're just getting out of school trying to get a job, you need to start this way. You need to start building that future
just meet
connecting.
People, tell them what you want to do.
And then our main topic today, which some of you saw in the title, what is this whole abracadabra thing?
Is think about that.
Yeah, is just the whole concept of when you are starting something new, you're wanting to go back to school, you're wanting to start a new business,
start a podcast.
You want to start a podcast, you want to write a book. You have to start speaking it into existence, which the word abracadabra, where it came from, because it doesn't just mean it's magic.
Voila.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not the same meaning as open sesame.
No. Which up until 4 months ago, Ophelia genuinely thought that if she said abracadabra, the garage would open.
Oh, because you used to do that.
Because I used to always carry a garage door open it for her.
And she really thought that's what was opening it.
She would literally roll up.
Wait, would you say open sesame or
open
abracadabra?
Sesame.
Open sesame. Yeah, but that makes sense.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. Why she believe that.
Yeah.
But abracadabra is of Hebrew origin, and it is 2 words. Abra, but it was abracadabra. And those 2 words are to speak, or to bring into existence.
I speak. And create. Therefore a creator. Yeah. I speak to create.
And it's I speak to create, which is basically saying when I speak the words, it starts the creation
into existence
process. And this came up this week because this delightful man named Jeremy, he came in a month ago and looked at a big giant office to turn into a classroom because he teaches aviation dispatching. So which is fascinating for us we learned a lot.
It's they're, depending on the airline, it depends on if it's small, they only have one dispatcher, but it's all the people sitting in giant screens.
Yeah, he showed us
all the information of
Southwest.
Yeah. When they need to fuel, when they can take off, how many people getting food, connections. It's crazy.
Basically, it's project management.
Sort of.
Your logistics, project manager.
You're a timeline engineer.
You're dispatching all the resources,
so many factors,
everything to the planes when needed.
So he trains those dispatchers.
Yeah. And he's been doing it for 20 years for Jeppesen. And then he came in and he met with me. The first day he met with me, it was funny because he just came in and said, I'm looking for training room. And so, of course, I immediately go, oh, what size? He says, probably 20 people. I was like, great. Well, we have 4 of those. We have 4 rooms. And he says, well, what is it going to cost me to do a class 8 to 5? For 6 weeks. And I was like, that's going to cost you a fortune. So I ripped out my phone and I did a calculation.
And it just said fortune.
That's what the calculation. It was when it just all E's.
Yeah. Error.
Across the screen. And I told him, I said, well, I mean, we could discount the price, but it's going to cost you about this much a month. He goes, oh, then we're out of here. Conversation over. And he was just super blunt. And I said, hold on. You're doing a class for 6 weeks? And then you're done. So you just need a temporary thing? He goes, no. And then I'll start another group for another 6 weeks. I go, okay, hold on. You don't need a training room.
Which, quick note on this. Can I do a quick tiny segue? No, rabbit hole.
Yes.
This is, I think, a key factor that's missing in businesses when people are trying to sell you something or get you to understand their product. You have to ask why. You have to be Nike.
You have to ask more questions.
You have to ask why. You can't just be like, yeah, sorry, it's too expensive.
That's what it is.
We tried. Yeah. Bye. Good luck.
No.
It's like, wait, hold on.
Understand
what exactly?
Because
people will just come in and they're like, I just need marketing. And you're like, okay, but here's our price for a month. And they're like, oh, it's too expensive. But then you're like,
what do you really need?
What do you mean you need marketing?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I just start. And then you get
we get people that come in here and go, we need event space. What kind of event space? And even when they say, well,
but if you just were
20
to say,
person.
Here are the rooms and here are the prices.
Right. Then they're going to be in a training room for a birthday party. Instead of going, tell me what you're doing.
What do you need it for? What's your ideal
Give me your
setup?
vision. Yeah. How do you want your event to look and feel? And with him, when he told me that, I was like, oh, hold on. You need an office that you could turn into a classroom. And you need to pay for it monthly, not hourly. I said, that's very different. So you would not use one of our training rooms because I can't take those off of the market for 6 weeks at a time. But then all of a sudden we started looking at offices. He goes, okay, I'm working with a broker. I'm going to go look at office spaces, other places, traditional leases.
Quick plug for co-working. Here we go.
Here we go. Because he went out and looked at other like traditional office
that you'd
space.
have to go back and forth on a lease forever,
pay
then
to have
sign
a build
really long lease,
Well,
even 5 years.
He said he could do 3 to 5 years, but you had to have a big down payment.
You have to wait for the build out, pay for the build out.
Yeah, all the things. Then pay for utilities, cable,
HVAC,
internet,
HVAC,
all the things. And so he went and did more research, and a month went by, and he came in last week. He goes, "All right, I'm ready to get
because this one he can sign it and be in it tomorrow.
Yeah,
he can be in today.
He could have started today
and
with the class.
Yeah, and automatically there's all the utilities and cleaning people and coffee and
we pay for all
your
your
blah.
snacks and coffee and all the stuff that comes with it.
Plug for co-working, y'all.
Yeah,
but he came back.
So he came back, and then he was saying, "So 2 weeks ago, I quit my job." And
nice
he said,
job.
"I'm terrified." And I said, "Well, then
Welcome
you're doing
to
the right
club.
thing," which I did love your thing of going. He goes, "I'm not sleeping. I'm up at 2 a.m. reading my book." He was reading my book.
I said, "Tell me you're an entrepreneur without telling me you're an entrepreneur."
Yeah, you're staying up late. You're listening to podcasts. I gave him a couple podcasts to listen to, pumped him up, gave him all the things going, "You're doing the right thing." But he said, it's frightening because I feel like I just don't know. And now, but he goes, "But the more I'm talking about it to people, it's becoming real." And I said, abracadabra. Abracadabra. The more you talk about it. So when you are starting something new,
a little taller, there could be a rabbit in it. Just saying. That could have been a really great
I could have
addition.
pulled a rabbit out of my hat and said, abracadabra.
Work on that.
But even that, abracadabra, I guess I'm speaking a rabbit into existence.
Yeah, because you say like,
I'm going to pull a rabbit out of my hat. Abracadabra.
Okay,
yeah,
continue.
There you go. It made sense.
Not that magicians are taking their work too seriously these days.
So the key is there's steps you need to do. Number one, you have to name it.
Name it.
So as soon as he named his business and he came up with a logo,
or at least name what you're doing. Yes, name your business.
Like when we were sitting at that coffee shop 7 years ago, whatever it was, we came up with a name. We came up with a logo, with just little sketches on the napkin. Okay, once you name it, it starts to become real. It's like the magic starts to happen. Then you have to tell other people, which I liked your thing.
I tell as many people as I can about a decision I'm making because then it's embarrassing if I don't follow through.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing because then I have however many people I told. I have 30 people being like, I thought you were going back to school. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
I just have been procrastinating.
Because it's don't do it if it doesn't make sense.
Right.
But the only reason I wasn't is because I was like, well, what if it costs too much? Or what if I can't do it? And I'm like, all right, if my only reasons are silly little sissy reasons, I should just do it. Like, why am I not doing it? So now people are like, how's school? And I'm like, you know what? It's great. Or if you say I'm not doing it, you have to explain why. And then you're like, okay, you're right.
You really didn't have good reasons.
I didn't.
Yeah.
So I'm doing
if it costs too much, break it down. Break it down.
Mm-hmm.
Break it down, do a dance, and then get some loans or go to student. Did you ever fill out the Pell Grant stuff?
I'm working on that. But I got some direction.
Yeah.
It's sending me in
so you've got to name it. And then you've got to tell other people because those 2 steps are your first.
And can I do a quick side note for that too? Yes. I'm a rabbit hole queen today. This is a tiny one though. This is like a gopher hole, and
which is bigger than a rabbit hole.
It's a mouse hole.
It's a mouse hole.
This is just it's one step at a time. Yes. Like for me, like starting a business, starting a podcast, going back to school, doing all the things, you can so easily be like, okay, but what if I start this business and then like in 5 years when my lease is up, or what if then like next year when this thing comes around, or what if I start this podcast and then like no one listens and then I'm behind and I go on this trip. Whoa.
Yeah.
One step at a time. I have no idea how I'm going to get through school, but I know I signed up for classes. I got the bill. I met with my advisor. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know. One step at a time. Well, but keep speaking each part into existence.
Yes. You keep talking about it. You keep telling the stories. But here's another thing. Fear, when you're afraid to do something, you're paralyzed by fear. What kills fear is action.
So true.
So taking one baby step, all of a sudden the fear is a little less.
Because hindsight is also what kills fear.
Oh no.
Well, yeah. But like you can look back, it's like when you climb a mountain, you're complaining the whole time up, but then you're like, look how far I've come. So you're like, oh my gosh. Oh wait, I actually started it. I just had my first class. Yeah. I just like completed my first semester.
Test.
I'm already and so yeah, action creates hindsight, which kills fear.
Julie is in her 3rd year of her. Remember, she just started taking classes.
Still in there.
She's still in this program. She took a religious studies class, like to become, I don't know, she could become a Christian therapist or a priest. I don't know.
Interesting.
Like she really didn't
She
know
would look
why
great in a black collar with little white.
with little white tab. But she started the class, and I remember her even saying, like, I mean, I'm just starting it, but it's like it's a 4-year thing. I'm probably in her mind, I'm sure she's thinking like that's so far off. But here she is, a junior. I go, look at you.
Wow.
Next year we'll have a graduation.
Proud of her.
I know. She's still going strong. So yeah, fear is one of those things that'll stop you from taking the action, but action is what kills the fear. So you have to start doing something, whether it's file your business name with the state of Colorado, get in a class or a conference in that area. But
one thing at a time. And if your only motivator to stop is fear, keep going.
Keep going. And that, which is what I told Jeremy. I said,
shout out to Jeremy is what you're about
shout out to Jeremy, because he was saying, then he goes home and talks to his wife who's risk adverse.
We know someone like that.
We know someone like
that. Not
that.
her.
No.
She's literally the opposite.
Yeah.
Far past
I'm like, just do it. Yeah. Why just do it? Well, because I said so. That's why. And I told Jeremy, I said, because I'm a zodiac sign.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to start saying. What is your sign? All of the above, because they have all changed. But I do think, shout out to Jeremy and all of you who are wanting to start something, is speaking it into existence, the abracadabra. But then when you have to go talk to your spouse or other person who's like, what are you talking about? You're quitting your job where you get a regular salary. That's very nice and has supported us for 20 years.
And there's validity in that.
There is validity.
For those of you, sweet wet blankets, there's validity in that. But you can't always
at the right time.
At the right time, but with the right amount of cynicism. Okay. We want to lessen the percentage of cynicism. We'll give them a little bit of reality with encouragement. Like, this is crazy, but I love you. And if you really think it's going to work, I'm with you. And let's do research. Yeah. Let's do research. Do it together. Tell them what you need. In order to feel comfortable, I need to just know, I need to run some numbers. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. So for those of you getting out there, ready to just speak up and show up, people. Build your network and tell them what you're doing. And start telling everybody, because even if it's somebody in your network that doesn't have anything to do with it, your bus driver, they may know someone. They may be married to somebody. They may live but down the street from somebody that they go, wait a minute, I need to connect you with so-and-so because they can help you with this. So you start telling those stories, and as you go, those stories become your fuel. Yeah. Yeah. Can I do a quick example? Yes, you can. This isn't even a rabbit hole. This is just my pathway now. Okay. 2 roads diverge in a wood, and I made you go down mine. Yeah. And okay. It's beautiful. It's nature. It's beautiful. I started saying, like, 6 months ago, I'm like, I'm going back to school for architecture. Yeah. I was applying to all these schools and like reaching out to all the advisors and doing all these things. And I had absolutely no backing to it. Like, no one had accepted me, and I just was like, I'm doing this. And I was telling everyone, I always think to a fault. Like, I'm like, all right, I better follow through with this. I've told so many people, and I've told all these people. And then my sweet father got really excited about it. So he's sitting at this dinner table with this woman. He's like, my daughter is going back to school for architecture. And she's like, no way. I am on this board separate from what we're talking about here, but I'm on this board. Yeah. I'm on the Rotary, but we have this scholarship that pays for women in any STEM field, including architecture, for a scholarship. And at that point, I was like, I'm going overseas. Right. And I still am applying to that, but turns out they were like, no, we want you. You just have to have a different undergrad first. So I'm doing that first. So you have to get a different undergrad before you can apply for the master's. But I have like 4 programs picked out, et cetera, et cetera. But he talked to her. She came over and was like, he told me this. Here's this person to connect with. I met with them. Scholarship didn't work out. It's just hard logistically. And so then I'm like, okay, but still, then they gave me all these article resources. And through that, I was noticing this school that was on there. And then I ended up applying to that school and I got in. And so that's how you ended up getting to that school. Yeah. It's just, but you just keep showing up. And through that, I have made contacts, and those contacts have told me about other resources and contacts. And now even my teachers, I like message them. I'm like, here's a podcast I listen to. And they're like, here's this book that goes along with that. And it's just, you just keep showing up and speaking up. And they start connecting you to other people and resources. Yep. And that's the key is, your network might start small, but the more you talk to people and start speaking that into existence, the more resources end up in your lap, and you end up finding things, and it may tweak your path a little bit, but it may, but you have to be willing to let it be okay with that, because it's exactly where you'll need to be. So,
Yeah, I loved it. And it was a good reminder this week when I was trying to just keep him encouraged. And I said, you need to take my book, go read my book. Another plug for my book. It's a shameless plug almost every week that I give. Yeah. Starting over, changing gears and starting from scratch. So if you're in that stage and you're trying to start over, there's just phases that you have to go through and you want to protect yourself. And so you want to listen to podcasts and music and things that keep you encouraged, because it's so easy to get discouraged when you first have the idea. And it's so easy to just go, yeah, this is too much.
You are swimming upstream when you take on things like that. But it doesn't mean you're going the wrong direction. It just means cultural norm created a current and you've decided to go the other way. No shame.
No shame.
But it doesn't mean it's easy.
Yeah. So shout out to all of you.
Up at 2 a.m, watching this, answering emails and writing newsletters.
Cheers to all of you who are.
That was a full cup of glass when you first got it. I mean, ice.
Of ice.
Still is a full cup of glass.
This is a full cup of glass iced tea. Yes. So fun week. So now all of you go look up your new zodiac sign and change your entire
risk-averse spouses hate us.
Change your entire decor of your house, because I'm sure you decorated it
based on
as
being
an Aquarius, and now you're a Libra, and it's like you shouldn't have water stuff anywhere.
Yeah.
Get rid of all those pictures that are blue.
Yeah.
And go into
like a bluey rising.
Go into your earth rust stage of life.
You all hate us. It's okay. We offend ourselves.
Yeah, you can tell us in the comments that your Sagittarius.
Yeah, but if you do, I'll say you're wrong, and I'll send you a link to the New York Times article. So go ahead.
Just Google it. Yeah. Google it. Like I would say, look it up.
Look it up.
Look it up, people. But until next week, have a great day in the neighborhood.
Ding,
Bye.
ding.
What happened to our trolley? It died. Our trolley died.